Hey everyone, so as we continue to talk about perfect squares, we're going to look to see, well, how do I determine if this trinomial is a perfect square? And so the process is really, you're going to take that first term, your first and last term both should be perfect squares. So x squared is a perfect square. It is the result of x times x. So I'm just going to put an x here because I know that x times x is what gave me x squared. 9 is a perfect square. It is the result of 3 times 3. Okay, and so what I'm putting here are the square roots. So the square root of x squared is x. The square root of 9 is 3. Or you can look at it as, well, what did I multiply by itself to get x squared? And that would be x. And what did I multiply by itself to get 9? And that would be 3. And then I'm going to take 2 times whatever the product of these numbers is. So 2 times 3 and x. So you're always going to throw the 2 in there, and then the x comes down, and so does the 3. And when I multiply these together, it gives me 6x. And so that's how I know, well, this is a perfect square. And so when I go to factor it, I'm just going to take the parts that I have. I have x, and I have a 3. My 3 is positive. And so I have x plus 3 and x plus 3. And if you go to multiply this back out, distribute it back out, you get x squared plus 3x plus 9. You have x squared plus 6x plus 9. Okay, so this is a perfect square. It is the result of x plus 3 times x plus 3. And this is just a process that you can use to break it down. Okay, let's try one more example. This was number 9 on your worksheet. I'm going to also do example number 10. So this was number 9. And number 10 says 4x squared minus 12x plus 9. And so I'm going to do the same thing. Well, what times itself gives me 4x squared? 2x, right? 2x times 2x gives me 4x squared. And what times itself gives me 9? 3. So I'm going to take 2 times these two terms. So 2 times 2x and 3. And so when I multiply this out, here's what happens. Well, I have 4x and 3. This gives me 12x. But I need a negative 12x. And so what that means is that my 3 is going to be negative. So anytime your middle factor is negative, you're going to change that sign into a negative. Okay? And so over here in this first example from number 9, the 6 was positive, so this will be positive. And when I move here, the 12 is negative, and so the 3 will be negative. And so that's what will give us that negative. And so inside of my parentheses, I get 2x minus 3 and 2x minus